Hello. Today I'm going to show you how to set up your Seesaw classroom so that it works for your class and your students. Now, when you first logged on to Seesaw, you created a classroom, and for most elementary teachers, one classroom is enough. However, if you're a teacher that works with multiple groups of students throughout the day, you may want to create multiple classrooms. In order to do that, find your name in the upper left-hand corner and click on it, and you'll see your very first choice is Create New Class. Once you're in your selected class, you'll come over to the right and you'll find the Class Settings menu, which is the little picture of the wrench. Click on that and you'll see all the settings that you can manage within a Seesaw classroom. First are your class settings. You can edit the name of your class. You can choose which grade level will be working within this class. You can add collaborating teachers to your class by inserting their email address. You can pick a class theme and a class icon. Next are all the settings you can manage for students. First, you can decide how they're going to sign in, either using a QR or a text code, or an email or a Gmail account. If you click Class Code Shared Devices, students will use a QR or a text code to sign in, and when they're done with a session, they'll automatically be signed out. If you choose Class Code One-to-One Devices, they'll still use the QR or the text code to sign in, but they'll remain logged in until they manually log themselves out. And then email or Google will let the students use their Google account Gmail address to sign in. Under Manage Students, you can change any student's name, email address, or sign in. However, these are assigned by the district. I would leave them as they are. One thing that is helpful to change is the student's icon, especially if you're working with the younger kids who are still working on name recognition. They can find the picture that is assigned to them and more quickly log on. This is also where you would come to add students by searching for them using their 6-digit district ID number. If you go to search a student and you can't find them in the district database, that is okay. You can still create an account for them and just assign them their 6-digit ID number. Also under the student menu are the on-off buttons for what students are allowed to do within the classroom. You can decide if you're going to allow students to like or comment other students' additions to the feed, if they're even allowed to see other students' work. You can decide if you need to approve their work before it's posted to the classroom feed, which I would highly recommend. Can students or you as the teacher edit any items they submit to the feed? And do you want a sample student that you could use for demonstration purposes? The last main section of the class settings are the family settings. If you want families to have access to your Seesaw stream, you do have to manually turn on family access. You can then invite families either by sending home a parent letter that gives them specific instructions on how to see just their child's feed, or you can invite them using an email or a cell phone number. You can also manage whether or not you need to approve any comments, likes that families add to the feed, or if they're allowed to share anything on the feed. You can also add a class blog to your classroom. You can create folders, which I will show in our next video, which will address adding things to your feed. And then you can decide if you want to add skills. which you can then assign to the assignments that students complete on the Seesaw app.